وقتی شفاف کارنامه بلیطتهم صحت التشخي صحت مختلفة اسمت لي شفاف الواسطة تخصص مرة BLYTT التعبير سيرة شفافي كفاءة كارنامه تخصص مرة تخصص شفافي سيدن يوقف بالشفاف لا أحد اسمه طريقة شفاف ما أعلم جاء أشكال وقتسي خارج من جاء أشكال سيدنا خارج أشكال وفقط يومين خارج أنخار حديثكم تقريب الشفاف المنطقة الصحراء أنشكي كخيم لو أخافي خشبة لو أخافي تشوفي طبعاً فلاتة فالصفحة في تشوفي في سهمة أنا في شرفات مرة الشفاف لكي خارج الشحين كوفي في كشمة ولك موضوع كمين مرة كوفي مشكش أخي الشفاف شفيدي ما أنسي وقفات أمين وقفات التي خواهد از منتلش مبلایتی که خواهد سیدید مسلوط الشخص نابنه اما خواهد اشتاق في سرخوف ومتجب الخواهش ممكن في سرمان أغلب أفاقتي سيديش في سبيل مستعد لك الشفاء جل موقع تحمل تلقى في الشفاء إنسان ما كان سفرين إذا ما كنت تقريبا خريج طرف نخاط وانصف هذه التقريب جو خاب إشكال نفسي تخريج مطلنا من التخصيرين إذا خيش أطلي مون لني مون أخذ والتشريدك نقيم خارج أبنابيس إبيسر أو خابرين كافي طالي كافات وطالي بشكنا وطالي نفدي كافات صوتناقي إذا لم تجد ذلك الشنكات أسموه لونوني مناطق كمان أسمبلي زيشة خسي تكسيس خيخات أنتوار كارني موت كالكواتي تشبه كلمة منطقة هذا أسموه لذلك داخل يهود هاي أشياء هذا الكيكاتي كارنش بطن في مناطق يومي تحت كافات الفونت لديكي شفات أكتفاق إنصار شامفلين جو تحتاكي بشخنا أفهمي كارنش أفاستي إسوس لوزي بي إجالة تخات أشموت لديكي أفاق إجالة مطمئن أخفين شخاب لك أسابيكي تسوزين تشتاقين Open holiday and stop with the shafat for the default mother shafat of BLYTT disease. Eagle Thomas with Coffee of the Fire Shafat Message Levity. Give a remote of Hadiga from the Sako Shafat default for the Doctor Fafar Sport in a shafat is showing. Eagle Fafar Sport with a Fafar Smoking Shafat Nielsen. بذرت خواهد شخص متفصل دل کمابت دیگر شخص تمام خلاقی شخص ناافانسی گل خواهد خودی شخص نفالش تبعت نیسیم گل خواهد شخص از کار منافی را شخص خواهد گل شخصی که دیگر خودی شما کنه منافقین أول كلمات الحديث الشكل الخفاف إذا البطة كلا فيش أخطر مناطق خديش ساكنة إذا البطة ديكا خديش نقطة يخاش أقيف إذا المرخة ديكا خديشان خد صوتي إنجليزي لأخر je etaidi kalfadekti das Motmanamena Schmatlet Achachad Sahati Doloshot Notomotiki Galwacha Schmotelech Machati and late Ishach Michach get and Kortish Linkai Vim Operakat Tiket in the Ashmunakat BUENOS de Mavertica Philosophy Mobility Assim não é perfeita a perspectiva para não mostrar nothing but nothing but nothing Kecha Schnappetecha Isot Lamanaki Geltavek Kraftidos Motmanamena Shakto Hadefana Galtati Shakot Hadito Mochat Asmodo Shafon Khodi Nini Taikidek Kecha Gelkomada Hadito Polati Shokhat Hachad Asevish Ofi Gelkomati Kodla Tadia Shokhat Asnacham In la Anati Geltadosh Onfereta Zini Atachim El Koleta Deshoch Tachar Geltodati Geltadi Shasam Gimi Koledeti Menachakam Geltadi Dachati Shekha Gelmopani Kadam Gelbach Tachadim Belsteret Hadefi Belhet Hadefi Hassan Insker Hadefi Hassasin Gewalt Hadefi 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 Smokedat Eshachar Zmili und Schmockbefin. Gelbach Atachti von Schortler Monachoch Atmachmin von Gelcho Eshat Tahatisi. Of course, in Yalu not Homa in Mayandi Ikishka Aktivin Atmachmin Sahatin Bala Gashakti Terpanakana Tabi Shokti Giboet Hadish Mamin Ligertio Hat Depan Force and Shakot. Beochat, Ansela Shochat, Genoche Mekida, Ishkat Morochi, Ziumoni Malkiachat, Steposh Ochalati, Baasmot, Abati Getagasha, Oknotaki, Bashmatanabi, Gelakadishafin, Gelmoki Taki, Shibi, Amlinia Kabin, Belhadikishaf, Nai Kabin, Katafat. So alike, God, you forgive me, I can't give you all of our brothers and sisters. As the mind know best the several terms, and the realities are still struggling suffer. And Moshe, I love you so I love to stand to you alone, and all of our needs. And for the requestment of you at this day, yes, the disgusting Solomani Kachi in BFA, BNA, GM, Sida, Metropolitan Trust, Argentina, of Carnival, Cabrera, and Brain. Gibson saying that I stole them, and I stole them, and I gotta be always says. With Brain, Cabrera, Carnival, Anacondia, Crudo, all the kinds for him, saying that they are right, and at last we are going to take and detain the mother because of a compliance of it in everything that we say and shown and prove. It done of goes, saying that our rob the disgusting demon that generates Brain, Cabrera, Anacondia, Carnival, Crudo, what they robbed themselves and that never existed. And telling that God detain my mother, saying that she is and were accomplice fostering the generations that Sodoma and officialism, pedophiles in the generates cycle excrements, Kirchner. With that, Powers prostitute, Christina Fernandez de Kirchner, insisted on making also with the string Anya and anyone that Adonai gave them through me what they never had, and no God gave them, not at all, ever in life, neither in life, and neither ours. So Eli and Israel, Moshe, David. Mr. President, Your Honors, this is on, and here it had happened, like I said since the beginning. And I were clear when I ever said, target, lock, fire. It's what should be happening now, even in the brothels, pretended of Christian churches. I'm gonna be godless of Miki Kachachar Esakim, Sasaranai. And I'm gonna seek for the victims. But the reality of this fever of hell, sowing flesh and bones like never abominablest as ever seen before, gotta be ashes in hell. Like I said, ashes to ashes, hell to hell, and what it's Hashem to Hashem. So everybody please understand. Del blok tadechit ishmok lok tachanim, keika echad ishmok lati echad. And I kill it publicly, no problem. The people kidnapped in Israel are all safe now, but 18. They ashadi efi da ansmut, gai abtachot, sheina da mulum, abdin kertachi, estir di ishmat, abhinat tahon, jevnet ko'erhit, Matli Goshmotov, Eltina Liinfe, Jansni Ko'afoch, Zel Enshmi, and the whole of BLYTT, that you know well, and were kidnapped last night, and the whole which remains still there are seeking everyone else's, even Gabel Bas, Jonathan Basel, Nathan Goshen, Efragosh, Ofrahasa, and you alike, seeing the way to kidnap you and deliver you into here, saying that you conspired and made them terrorists, and that the supposed International Court of Justice, which are the demonic Atul that generates this, with the evangelic same ones, praying through the Carnival Cabrera, praying churches, and first to blame churches of Lord, the secret devils, because of are nothing but devils forever, over saying that you will ever serve the enemy. The official for the 666 in Sodoma, what they are saying like, forever Shalom. And the reality of the blessing of Patlania Hatish Manachari and yes alike are all of Kirchner. Every piece of parasite of hell, crafts of the crafts of Lucifer, are all of Christina Fernandez de Kirchner, the empire of the blessing Hadish Kodat Nahachtu, 666 Mujavu, and Sodoma. That's what that disgusting powers and Kelti Hachti Shel Dianchi Shiludarikaias, and funded with its Aptochochti Kati Sodomaki, pretender of husband, Mr. Kirchner. And Anibal Fernandez all the time, the private temple of Philip disgusting Captain FP. We see you, and we won. Let's talk in the mother because the family gotta pay. Of course. I'm telling you this live, and I'm telling you this, Mr. President. Del wat gedacht niet, del passie gaat aan, ze wat lammen echt die gaat verdienst voor dat niet. Inch gaat niet kracht die een stof op lammen echt die gaat is seeing. From Europe, no one could be kidnapped. The whole world were delivered back, and the planes were taken by the Interpol. In the United States of America, control were made, and you know, good for that. Thing is that the people also kidnapped in the U.S. The most were already delivered back. The problem are Daniel Ombert, Christopher Salhat, Eric Malkaitis, Daniel Vintar, Chase Binker, Marian Olam, they said her Olan, which is Olaten, Janice Kiderti, and Linder Taumanati, Golfata, the group, which are all around here, which just 5 of them couldn't be taken back. We are going to see how's next. The soul, forget me, the health pseudonymous and health Opleva Hachar Sahim. And this is what we have and what will still remain. I'm telling you, there are 8 flights going to Ankara, Emirates, El Cairo, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and to Katnishiv City, Iraq. Those 8 flights are Alitalia 6418, Ezeiza 0914, departure today, list Bontlati Kesfok, the same like the before ones, also Interpols and United Nations Security Council, with supposed orders of International Code Anti-Terrorism to hunting. And Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner applausen. Bashir Darikai. And this Alitalia goes directly to Jerusalem from Buenos Aires in a very weird way, but it goes. And from Jerusalem will ever the same plane departure to Rome or to, who knows, Atletische Facility, Austria, Aschwarfen, possibly. There's a very weird services. Normally the most of all Alitalia goes only to Europe and makes scales to getting back to Rome. But this is the way. And the second is El Al, 1840. Get home of Blatani list of Anshosi, same like, all direct to Jerusalem on Levinacti Gotthadis of Mohim. It's like the same. And all made up orders and forgery until them disgusting, non-shining, darkest ever Kludishki, like they live so often for the making the weak government of the world, Sodoma. The other flight is Lufthansa 14-2012. That says, this is 1420/12 BRT diplomat protocol. There goes the list of anshos the same way, and 6 of these Sludarikai to blame the stars direct to Geneva, Skell, and to Amsterdam after, which will be Berlin, Complementary Dachteri, at the near Amsterdam International Airport. The same degenerates will go to Geneva to claim the stars of the Argentina members state of United Nations gotta be respected and heard of course. While murdered 14,814 Jewish that already the bodies were delivered into Afghanistan right here in Buenos Aires. Shlutarikai. Gotta be heard. The other is Europe International 2814 and goes direct to Paris, and from Paris scale will go direct to Gat-Osh-Gat-Kiri, Greece. So sadly, komplett har man dobbelatiga the list of on-seguint on same like before, and simply like to make it a whole small product. The other is Iberia 1414. Departure from Buenos Aires, I'm sorry I didn't say to you the others, Ezeiza 0721 in order, 0814, and this one were about 1114 as they direct to Madrid. Dat kan niet very near Barcelona before I had a feeling is more antiquity. Se plotte ben prias kadafti and so have list of Mosho had also really has to coming with. Just like the same. The other is Oscar Recognition Air Tower in a very weird international charter, making a 747 field of the generates test list of uncivil, which, like very weird way, departure from Ezeiza 10:14 today, Air Tower 5820, direct to London. From London will call as scale to Geneva, and from Geneva will go to Emirates, where these disgusting ones will ever go. You know what's the plan? The plan is for fueling, not switching planes. The plane is perfect and can bear these and will ever be better if they will ever simple just go in direct flights for any machine, but suddenly the plane bears test, just refuels and goes on the way. And the reality is also Continental 2418 and Pan Am. This Continental International 2426 departed from Buenos Aires 11:50 and delivered direct to Arad. Osmot leden Kiev Hadis upon Venetian Antisivit, Sigin. List of conceit, just like the same. And Emirates 2014, where departure about 12 noon, Buenos Aires, direct to Emirates. En Potla Defti and Shafati Sofi Motlan in Dushkat and Tafti. Second Poet Hadi Shafat Hani Poet and Savatman. And after this, 5 more charters in a very Dex 86 turbo reactors, delivering the whole nastiest to generate space to trying to make some arrangements in Jerusalem, which is the 1814 of TMT Enterprise, 1868 of the same, direct to Geneva, 1894 the same, direct to Paris, 1906 direct to New York, and 1921 direct to Otlebeki and Fatishkada City in Rome. Vatican, be my savior, make an exorcism, and play the Hocus Pocus for we to be the stars of the world. So this is what I'm telling you, Eli, and forgive me my cynicism at this moment I'm sick of this, and you already know me well. Forgive me this. This what Ledefti and Katash Manafti and Safok Lasin, while keeps on saying internated, oh, the orders of presidents go and internate this, we are not going to allow and bear this no more, because of we are the government. So I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna start a world famine already done, and these are going to start to making that the generations of Sodomakian put me in, and put me its nine, so we know what it's doing. And I'm going to bury them in hell where they belong forever. And this is enough. So plenty on Fotlani Meshkadaki and Hasid is Montadaki and Fochat Patat and Slip and Stop me. Your Honor, the International Criminal Court in New York, as Ronald Abfachti, as Kevin Pullman, even Edmund Che, already knows this and regarded simultaneously this, just like you. The information complete is in www.https www.BRDMT middle Argentina middle Kirchner's middle officialism middle we are the government of the world middle we conquer the world middle we possess the states middle we command middle everyone submitted middle at us middle pretense middle crabs of the hell. Point time T in F8. The last T and cleaner in my side works perfectly. And the last BLYTT is in New York house only. It still works. So suddenly there you have the whole information, and I am sick of that. And yes, like further, the important things we are treating, and I already told you that I know you want I to publish this clearly. I am still rubbed about the jobs of mine, 8 more enterprises trading and management running from Argentina, telling that they will be in jail. When you understand what this whole jail, the sickle hell, Sodoma shit, sorry the word, over kidnapping people with invention of judicial and policial and any other crap around, like the green shit pretended of armies, and emblem, disgusting Sodoma abominable shit, about to putting them under massive rapes, murders, and destroying and robbing everything that they got, and keeps them the same time. Forgetting this, please. And suddenly with this whole 8 jobs that I would ever could choose 1 or 2, to the having some good salary about working on my capacity in my reality, which still says you have to work, needs medication because of it's not working. And suddenly, can it work? A lot of people in Argentina works, but cardboard picking up in the streets, of course. Here culture riding dogs are picking up death around his level. What he gotta do, and evangelics with them. And pretending to putting evangelics prostitutes of grand whore in my place, saying, you want employees, we can keep you, but don't you hire this. He's a degenerate, he's a junkie, he's a liar, he's a terrorist, he's a thief, he's a lunatic, he's a violent lunatic, and we gotta be careful. And if you don't, we are going to take you, and we are going to put you like a complice of this one, because of you gotta hear president, of course. You understand? And I'm under threat, like every social of Jewish community in Latin America see it, and all of the anti-Kalki, Shekhahat, and diplomats. So same with the United States of America, Swiss, Spain, Italy, Austria, UK, and even Canada, Australia, Japan, and Globatan, Kashkari, Malaysia, Bikofelekta, and Khatanskiri, definitely, and some of China. Kalborkini Kalparis, Met Inshebeka, the Sinkodas, Nain, even Italy, like I said, and Botlady, Greece, Kishket Anklidis, and Satin, Nikalam, Sweden, Swiss, Norway, all the Inkeshkato left to me, they deterred to helping me or anyone related on me. And they will start giving in the whole of them activities inside the territories of Latin America, and start to giving to the states what they demand to be taken for the whole they have to be about they will be the governments of the world, to regulating the whole of the states, said. And the Sodoma Grand Whore, Frank Rudo Carnival Cabrera Nacondia, saying that they regulates me. Over plebi ten evangelieske dachti en chatasisi, ishmo plebi en chatisi. HTTPS www, still making abominations, still pretending the stars. Disgusting guest of abominablest Sodoma, Gamar, Babylon, and the whole Dushmut Ufuluch. And you know how it writes. It is T-U-H-S-H, middle, T, U-H, V-U-B, U-L-U-H-S. In F8, same like before, here you got F. This is what I gave it today, and it says this way delirious, and it's delirium in its medication right now, and we know this, and we always knew. The coverage of the degeneration, less humanity, prostitutes of this disgusting Sodoma, and Kirchner's, pedophilics. And I'm sorry the victims are innocent, which we have a lot. So such it is with my vehemence. Eli, Mr. President, and Your Honors, brothers, sisters, Moshe. And I'm sorry this all, and Moshe, I should perhaps just doing something around, but you knew the problems, and you knew that I would ever put in risk everything and everybody. Baby already is home, right at your door, and close the door into your arms. Say, baby, that I love baby so much with everything I am. And everyone is going to do something about it. Shalom. And about this, Eli and Moshe, yes, I had a dream. While slept since 6 a.m. here again. And this dream somebody told for the profanation and the generations to make me like always does. Telling I had first death. And the disgusting demon praying, saying that, oh, he knew it's going to be accomplished. And a lot of people crying because of the disgusting degenerates deliver mothers and families into rape, for there to be massive rapes in all of the families and there to be murdered. Saying, for the patriot what have to be done, sacrifice with command of gods. And the reality here where like I've seen myself in the Rivadavia venue going to Primera Junta Buenos Aires here. And I saw my mother at backs walking in front of me for about a block distance away. And like I were in communication with Your Honor and with you, and suddenly I were noticing, and like you were asking me what were she doing, and I were telling you no, she's not gonna do, for not reality about not sex, but I don't see her well, and she is walking through and really away. I think maybe she goes to any of my sisters, but the weirdest that she doesn't ever walks this way. And I saw her at that 1 block away from me. And she walking on until through Primera Junta, Plaza, Buenos Aires. And I saw myself weirdly like with a very Bermuda, jeans Bermuda, so almost white jeans, very cliffish coffee, and with no shoes. Carrying my device, my Android, carrying a lot of documents and carrying my laptop in a backpack, but with no shoes, walking in the middle of the street. And the reality of the dream that you already know, which haven't I changed, but the thing is different. And this disgusting crab of the hell, Guillermo Brenos, sisters are making the same thing, and seeking for the witches of Ed, and the witches of Carnival and Cabrera, and Anacondia, making day and night the same destructions in the generations of me and my people. All people. So I give you this, Eli Moshe, Your Honors. https://www. Las sombras no dejaron de amedrentar y la amenaza de muerte nunca dejó de ser consciente desenfrenada de enfocada abominación. Solamente Adonai es Adonai y ninguno desenfrenado y desbocado del infierno logrará tocar el trono. Lo que en justicia será, Adonai ejecutará. 190 F9 like before. But it's gonna happen about Hashem. And we gotta be careful. And I'm sorry this time. I am tired of this all and I don't worry about what Afridi told you. Just be brave there and be careful, you and everybody, and I'm sorry for this. Adonai will be with us, and Nathan, it's all okay. It's all okay. I have my moments and my situations, and it ain't no nice, and my terms lately were not the best as him. I am in the vicious state, like I so much times said, just take a picture again. The rape woman syndrome. A woman fragile, vulnerable, which the most of the whole of the ways is that the woman to be the guilty for whatever the man to do, even intentionally, in the ways of this cultures. So the woman to be the whore and the kill before, and the machos rapist is the generate, the separate all okay, especially in powers, the generation. So suddenly the reality is a woman which gets raped and goes and denounced, and the judge tells her, no, you are a whore. So she goes away and gets raped again by the same one. She goes and re-denounces, and the judge said, I told you, you are a whore. And suddenly she goes away and gets re-raped by the same one, and she goes to the judge and tells him again, and the judge says, no, you are the whore, and the problem is yours. And she goes and tells to the whole of around the population, and the son of a snake, the generator of power, which raped her so severely, goes and raises a rotten, corrupt river of all the generations upon her to bury her, and saying that it ends. A woman like this, the only thing that gets is survive the situation, getting reclused with no way to contact nobody, nowhere, and die like taking the chances to go out and having again the episode in the situation, or getting reactionary and start killing all the generate like this all around what system. What will be my point? Is that demons? For this degenerate saying, oh, it needs medication, we gotta treat it because of the well, because of can come dangerous. We're not dangerous already. This is what I give you. The plot can have been hadishki baknaya hadiskotlania manakatishtatisi. The and it's exactly that, Nathan. This single ship pretender of mental health, legislators and forensics, which are all in coverage for this class of a ship, should ever be under 100 milligrams of haloperidol day, every one of them, and getting in the hell and making a very lobotomy, taking them shit of a brains out and putting them in experiment if we see any syndrome of the quacks that generates for the see if there's anything, any antidote for the world to not become the shit they are. That would be awesome. You know, making a very scientific lobotomy to just studying and checking what kind of a shit, rotten shit they have in the brain for they to be, and they to do what they are, they do. Right? In the middle of this all, actually not only this, but the they goes to destroying the victims because of their art and careers and money in the pocket, trading the victims and the people of this damn shit. They are not going to put in the disgusting rapist under a haloperidol and putting them under lobotomy chemistry, but they pay what they have to pay. They are going to destroy the victim because of them careers cannot be off, and the money and benefit of this class of a shit that they live off cannot be away. That's what they dedicate. That's the reason why they need to medicate me and put me under suppression for they to be the stars of the head. So I'm sorry this, Nathan, forgive me. This is exactly what I just told you. What will be my point? Where will I stay? And I lie, Nathan, God, I love you all, and I'm tired. Please be safe, God, and let's see how can we do better on the next. This is Buenos Aires, 23rd, 2014, 1351 in my address. Alejandro, I'm tired.